What's up all, welcome back to the SBK channel here on YouTube. I am Boz and today we are going to be showing you the MotionPro PBR tool and how to use it to break your chain and to install a new one. But before we do that, make sure you hit the like button if you like our videos, including this one, and make sure you hit the subscribe and the notification bell so that you are going to be notified of future videos that are going to be coming up on other motorcycle related topics. So let's get back to the video. This tool is awesome for one reason. Pretty much straight out of the box, it is set up to break a chain. I did not have to change anything on the tool apart from install the handle to start breaking the chain. So the actual body bolt, the extractor bolt and the extractor pin and the anvil block are already on it. All you have to do obviously is install the handlebar. You will also need a 17mm and a 40mm spanner to operate the body and the extractor bolts. Now the anvil box, in order to break the chain, first you need to align the B that's on the anvil block with the brake text that's on the tool. Once the B is aligned, you unscrew the body bolt so that you have enough of a gap to fit your chain in there. You make sure you unscrew also the extractor pin bolt, so the extractor pin ends up about 3 to 4, let's round it up, 5mm inside the body bolt. That way you have a gap inside, and also you also have a hole in the anvil block and on the tool itself, which will be aligned once you actually align the B and the brake text. So that way when you actually fit this tool onto your chain, you've obviously picked which pin you're going to be removing. It doesn't really matter which one it is, but you basically should pick a location that's easiest for you to start extracting the pin. So normally it's the bottom of the chain. You can also go directly on the sprocket and do one of the pins there, whichever way it works for you. By the way, we're basically explaining to you just how to use this tool. I'm not going through the whole process of how to actually do the chain, or maybe I should. So what I did, I'm going to tell you what I did, right? So you first have to remove everything to get to the front sprocket. Put your bike in gear and get somebody to step on your rear brake and then undo the actual bolt that holds your front sprocket in place. And then what you need to do, that way this front sprocket is going to be already undone, right? Because if you don't do that and you remove the chain, it may take you a while to actually take the front sprocket off, because it's going to be harder, because the chain is not going to help you hold the front sprocket in place and not sort of rotate while you're trying to undo it. So make sure you have the chain on as it is. First undo the actual bolt that's holding your front sprocket in. Once you've done that, you can then start extracting your breaking your chain. It'll make your life a lot easier. Alright, so basically that's what I did. I didn't have assistance, so I actually used like a different way of actually just pushing the brake down so that the wheel is in place, so that way the front sprocket doesn't move, and then I undid the nut that holds the front sprocket in, and then basically that's when I used this awesome tool to break the chain. So let's get to it. So basically all you did, also we're showing you in the video now as well, somewhere either in full vision or in at the bottom somewhere here, how I went about it as well. So but all I did then is basically make sure that the pin where I'm going to be breaking the chain is aligned and with both ends here, both holes in the extractor bolt and on the anvil blocks. I screwed the bolt in place, made sure it's nice and tight, and then basically grabbed a 14mm spanner and then started applying enough power to break the actual pin that's on the chain, and then extracting it fully. You'll know it's fully extracted when it comes out the other end here completely. So, and basically you have a broken chain, and then you can remove your rear wheel, put in a new sprocket. You should definitely be getting a new set of sprockets if you're getting a new chain, because the new chain will chew up the old sprockets a lot faster. So that's normally the rule of thumb. If you're getting new chain, get new sprockets. If you're getting new sprockets, get a new chain, right? Because they just destroy each other if they're new, both not new, or destroy each other faster. So you fit the sprockets back on. You put the front sprocket in place, the rear sprocket, you put the rear wheel back on. It's time to rivet the chain back to your bike. So the next step is to align the anvil block, the R on the anvil block with the rivet text on the tool. You then place the hollow nose tip rivet link onto the body block, right? If you're using a rivet type link on your chain, right? Now this little hollow nose tip will actually flare up the master pins or master link pins, whatever you call them, so that they hold the side plate in place, right? So it doesn't come off. It's a lot better than the actual pin links, whatever you call them, that some chains come with, right? So especially for sports bikes or bikes with a lot of horsepower. Now this is the part where a lot of people are sort of afraid to do this, right? But also I should mention that make sure that you actually, your new chain is the right link length. So this bike takes a 110 link chain. Make sure that, you know, if you have a 120 link new chain, you need to remove 10 links, right? So you might have to break off or break the other chain as well to sort of cut it to the right size. Once you have done all that, you put your new chain through and then decide where you're going to fit. Normally you want to sort of come on somewhere here, like put both ends somewhere on your rear sprocket where it's easy for you to start riveting back the new chain, right? So that's where I did it as well, as it shows you on this video. It just kind of holds the whole thing in place easier, so you don't have to worry about that part. Obviously you have made sure that you use the lube or whatever it is called that comes with the chain to apply it onto the new master link, also on the actual rubber seals and stuff, and you've placed it all according to the installation manual on your chain. And you start basically the same thing. You fit this end of the anvil block to the back of the chain, or to the back of the first master link that you're going to be compressing together, and then you make sure that the tip here is on the center on the other end where you're going to start flaring it up. Same thing, use your own strength to start tightening the body bolt in, screwing it in until you can't sort of go anymore. It's pretty much, you know, like you using a lot of your strength. But for example, I went sort of until I can't go anymore, like just sort of free hands, right? that's normally enough pressure, right? So all you have to do, some people are stronger than me, so the people that have immense powers just have to make sure that they don't apply too much pressure to flare it up too much, which could cause the tips to actually crack, which is pretty much, I think, the part where most people are afraid to sort of do this, which is to compress the plates too much, which in that case it would squash the rubber seals, and then that would be bad for your chain. It wouldn't last as long, obviously, because the seals can't shield it from the external elements. And obviously if you crack the actual pins, then you know the plates might come off. So that's where sort of I think most people are sort of not sure, but I mean, I've done it that way for the last sort of 3 times that I've changed the chain on this bike, and I've not had any issues. This tool has been very good. I'm going to be continue to using it now because it's very actually good to have it handy. You never know when you might have to sort of put a longer chain or a shorter chain on your bike, especially if you're a racer, which is sort of, if you're getting too like really serious into your racing, then you know you want to sort of have the right setup at every track. So some might need to have sort of the wheels closer to improve handling, and then sometimes you need to have the rear wheel further out to improve drive. So whichever it is, you know, you might need to, so that's why sometimes it's a good tool to have, because that's something that you need to sort of change on the go sometimes if you're getting serious. But if you're just sort of trying to maintain your own chain, it's still pretty good, because this is going to last you forever. Very strong, very robust. Pretty much everything that's on here is made out of steel. It's not, there's no plastic. It's you know, it's all anodized, so that, you know, like it doesn't rust. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. It is a pricey tool, but it's a tool that's going to last you for a while. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button again, and hit the subscribe and notification bell buttons as well, so that you are notified when we have future videos coming up. We have future unboxing videos coming up. We will have some maybe top 5 lists of products, accessories, tips for riders and for bikes that you might find useful coming up. So, you know, stay tuned. See you next time.